So I've been selling Pokemon cards off and on for a few years now, so I thought it would be really cool to look at this past year and see exactly how much I've done in sales and how I got there. This is in no way a means of bragging or gloating or anything like that. I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions about Pokemon card sales in general, and a lot of people that post about how much they sold in Pokemon cards really isn't exactly how much those people are taking home. So I wanted to give you guys an honest look at exactly how much I made in the past year and show you how I got there. I'm also going to go over my 2026 Pokemon goals for the year. But before we get too far into today's video, I am gifting this VMAX Agislash out to one lucky subscriber. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button, make sure you have notifications on, and then let me know what are your goals for 2026. If I reply to your comment with this thumbs up emoji, that means this card is coming home to you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tom. I run this channel Flash Breaks. I am super into Pokemon, trading cards in general, and this is kind of like my nerdy hub for all things trading cards. Growing up, I used to play all the Pokemon games. My brother handed me down his Game Boy Color, and I think I played Pokemon Yellow or Pokemon Red for the first time, and I've been collecting Pokemon cards on and off ever since. I have a full-time job at a social media company, so all this Pokemon stuff has always just been a passion project of mine. I love live streaming and I love Pokemon, so the fact that I get to combine both of them together is like a dream come true. And if you're watching this video the day that I upload it and you want to check out my live stream, well, live, you can click the link in the description. I'm going live tonight over on Whatnot. One cool thing about Whatnot is if you've never used Whatnot before, you get 15 free dollars for your first purchase on my show. So basically, you can get a free slab or some cool cards for your collection. I have my Whatnot stats from 2024 pulled up. I started streaming on Whatnot on July 8th, 2024. My first stream, I did $134. I remember that stream, I lost a ton of money. I had a holo PSA 9 Evolutions Charizard, which was like $90. And I also had a fossil sealed booster pack that I bought when I was collecting in 2019. Yeah, I got cooked. But it was a good learning lesson. And I did right around $9,000 in sales. I feel like that's pretty good for 6 months. For the first 6 months of 2024, I saved up about $1,500 because I wanted to try this out. And I kind of use that money as my seed capital. I also have my collection from when I got really into Pokemon cards in 2019. So I kind of use that as also like my first inventory, you can call it. I wasn't really taking things seriously up until November. You can see that all of my streams were really sporadic, maybe once a week, twice a week. But there really wasn't any schedule or any thought behind it. But I was making a decent amount of sales. You could even see like some of these nights, $600. And it wasn't until November of 2024 that I kind of kicked it up, started to hit my stride, and I kind of found a place on Whatnot that I feel like I belonged. But this isn't a 2024 video. You're like, Flash, I don't care about 2024. I want to see 2025. Let's hop into it. So on Whatnot in 2025, I did about $30,879 in sales. To some of you, that's nothing, and then to some people, that's a ton of money. Here's where a lot of YouTubers kind of lead people astray. Throughout my time streaming, I probably have a profit margin of anywhere from about 10 to 20%, which I think is pretty healthy for someone like me that's just doing this part-time. You can see that I was a lot more consistent, streaming about 2 to 3 times every week. And you can see some of these sales. I had some really high days selling almost $1,000 on stream. And I'm pretty sure I even cracked it on some of these streams. So it looks like on Friday, March 28th, I did my highest amount of revenue on a live stream. I did $1,135 on a single live stream. Most of my live streams are anywhere from like 1 hour to 3 hours. I know a ton of people just sit on live streams all day, but I have a full-time job and I can't afford to do that. Looking back on this, I'm kind of in awe about how much in revenue we did and the fact that I was able to go live this much. In 2025 on Whatnot, I got about 4,500 follows. That's a super cool metric. And I live streamed for 133 hours and 53 minutes on Whatnot in 2025. That's insane. How many days is that? Holy crap. I live streamed for 5.5 days straight. That's nuts. And all that time streaming, it also doesn't account for all the time you take sorting the cards or even sourcing the cards, packing them and taking them to the post office and all that jazz. But to me, it's worth it. For the amount of things that I actually sold, I sold 4,928 different items on Whatnot in 2025. In terms of the amount of reviews I got 1,225 reviews and 1,220 4 of them are all 5-star reviews. I do have one 4.5-star review, and it irked me. I think they were just having a bad day. Maybe they work at PSA. Looking back at 2025, I got to meet so many cool people, and the fact that over 4,000 people trust me to ship them and sell them Pokemon cards is absolutely insane to me. And then I have 10 reviews on TikTok. So if you buy from me on TikTok, please leave a review. I need it. If you guys want to know exactly how I stream or the equipment that I use, feel free to let me know down below. I'm totally open to making a video if that's something that you guys want to see. As you can see, after about May, I really didn't make that much content. During that time, my position at work completely changed, so I had to learn a entirely different job. And that happened twice. So I really didn't have a lot of free time to actually allocate towards the business. So that's 32,000 in actual sales, and that's what all the numbers, all the Pokemon YouTubers will actually show you. But here is the earnings. So after all of the promotion budget and sales that we ran, we're left with about $25,000 in earnings. And that's not factoring in all of the cost for all of the items that you're actually selling. If you want to take a sneak peek at my business bank account right now, here you go. Yeah, the margins are pretty thin. But I have about $7,000 worth of inventory. I have a brand new graphics card in my computer. I have all new shelving in my apartment. I have a second desk. But in terms of cash right now, it's non-existent. So now I'm going to hop over to TikTok and show you some of my sales that I did over there. I did about $2,900 over on TikTok since November, mostly doing Pokemon card breaks. My first stream ever on TikTok, I did about $187. My peak was right when Phantasmal Flames released, and I did about $913.24. I also don't want people to think that I'm going out and hitting every Walmart and Target I see. From 2024 and beyond, I have bought 0 products at a big box retailer. I actually just got my first 2 packs from a Pokemon vending machine. It was 2 Surging Sparks packs, which me and my girlfriend opened. I primarily do a lot of singles and slabs, so you can get those on TCG Player or eBay. And for actual Pokemon sealed product, like those booster boxes and stuff, I just reached out to a lot of local game stores. I had pretty good relationships with a lot of them since I bought a ton of Pokemon cards in 2019. I mainly asked most of them, like, hey, do you have any products that's sitting around and not selling? Can I buy it at a slight discount? And most of them were open to working with me. So the local game stores moved product that they couldn't sell, and I got packs at a pretty decent price that I could sell to you guys. Okay, so what's next? My goals for 2026. Goal number 1, I want to give away $1,000 worth of Pokemon stuff. As you can tell, I try to do a giveaway every video, and on my stream, I've given out countless numbers of slabs, booster packs, and singles to people. If you've gotten one from me, please let people know down below, so people don't think that I'm full of crap. The reason why I like to give out so much free stuff is because hard times happen to everyone. There's definitely been times where I've been in between jobs. I even couch surfed on my buddy's couch. Shout out Nick. People can have health issues, or specifically in this market, Pokemon cards can just be really expensive and you can't afford them. So I like to try to make this hobby a little bit more accessible for the people that can't afford it. My second goal for 2026 is to partner with a charity. Giving back has always been something that's really important with me. I used to do a lot of volunteer work and I'm starting to get back into it. And every single time that I do it, I feel good at my core. And if you've ever done volunteer work or worked at a charity or donated to a charity, you probably have felt that feeling before. So I want to try to figure out a way to combine Pokemon streaming with a charity, and that's something that I want to do for 2026. The next couple things are more business and content related. Goal number 3 is I want to post 100 videos. Oh, that sounds like so much. Something that I always struggle with is consistency when it comes to content. Not a lot of people know this about me, but I get pretty bad anxiety in terms of comparing myself to others. I find it really hard not to compare myself to others. So I get overwhelmed really easily when it comes to content. And what I want to do with this channel is I want to post so much content this year that it helps me get over that hurdle. Goal number 4 is I want to do 75K in revenue. Like I said, that's not profit, that is revenue. The more revenue that I make, the more I can invest back in the business and give back to you guys. And goal number 5, I want to get a brand deal. I think brand deals are an underutilized thing with Pokemon YouTubers specifically. I want to supplement some of the income that I get from those brand deals to make the giveaways a little bit better. Gold cards, VMAXs, and IRs are great, but I feel like it would be really cool if we could give away some really cool sealed product or maybe a really high graded card. But I just don't have the money to do that right now, so I think a brand deal will help with that. I'm not even going to think about Pokemon distribution at this point because I think I'm a couple years out from that. But if there's any distro that's watching, hit me up. The community that we built over this past year is something special, and I just want to give a couple people shout outs. Shout out to Nikki, Esther, Scarlet Odyssey, Oops Snacks, Jody, Poker, Captain Clutch, Hot Seat, Charizard, Piper, James Art, Trisha, Santa. You guys have made this journey so special over the past year, and I really appreciate your support. If you like that video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you're not already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and then watch this video. YouTube thinks you're really gonna like it. They really think you're gonna like it. They think you'll be. You should quit there. Should do it. Do it.